Hey everybody, Omega Alden plays Civilization 6 Gathering Storm continues with our Pachacuti of Inca playthrough. Not to be confused with that doppelganger Mansa Musa of Mali who tried to intervene in the last couple episodes, but that is just, he's not in this game right now, at least not that we know of. He's definitely not who we're piloting at the present moment. Perhaps in the future, we'll see. So, let's see. Oh, we got some gunpowder down here. Some gunpowder would be tasty. We're 3 points away from a normal age, which is where I think we're gonna land ourselves. We have 8 turns to pull it off. I think we can handle it. I haven't really consulted. Let's see. What's our materials say here? Dedication bonus of free inquiry gives us a bonus for every building that provides science, along with every eureka we hit. So there is the opportunity for perhaps perhaps a library to come in handy here. Well, what do you have here? You have a library. 3 turns on a library? Okay, let's squeeze the library in. Perhaps I don't think we have. We already have a library up here. You've got a pillaged campus as well. You're making great great stuff with this commercial hub, because -6 per turn is just gonna kill us. I don't know. What I'm feeling right now is that we can handle 3 era score in 8 turns. I'm not gonna go out of my way to do it, but I mean I will if I have to. What I'm thinking is we don't have to. So, you may or may not agree with me on that, but that's okay. We'll get by. That's the gist of it. Shaka has denounced me for causing them grievances. I suppose if you're going to denounce anyone, then denouncing somebody for grievances makes sense. 1 point for feudalism.
With the advance of
We're at 72, 73 after this turn. Ooh, that's juicy. Juicy, baby. So I think we're gonna land in a normal age. I'm just spitballing this one. I think we're gonna be normal, and by being normal, I think let's dump anything that has to do with loyalty from our government slots. When do we get the benefit that gives us gold for our envoys? Because that's what I'd really like right now, is gold for envoys. But you know, if that's just a great fiction right now, then whatever. If it's something that's attainable, I would like it. But some things are just entirely fictitious and need to be disregarded. Perhaps this is one of them. So I'm sending all my guys away from here because they're no longer needed. What we're thinking, though, is that Scotland's our prime target, right? I mean, they're the highest overall. No, they're the second highest overall score out of the people we know. The Zulu are higher. Their cities, a couple of them are strong-ish. 53 is no slouch. But these 36s, 33, especially 33 no walls, 31 no walls, 35 no walls. These are tasks we can accomplish. These are surmountable obstacles, as opposed to those insurmountable ones that we're all used to. These are heavily surmountable. Which is what I like my obstacles to be. I like them to be as the maximum level of surmountability. That's what I prefer. So we have Magnus here. What we probably need is, like, more science. I know this is probably the optimal spot. But let's go ahead and drop it in this spot. Because, oh, we're getting 6.6 gold per turn now. What happened to on the gold front that that changed everything up on us. This is incredible. Quick question. Should we be expanding more? I think the answer is yes. We've got at least a decent city in here. We've got a decent city up here. We've probably got a decent city in here as well. I count, just off the top of my dome, I count like 3 cities in there that are respectable. We were trying to chop this government plaza. We're 1 point away. Was the government plaza gonna get us? Was it gonna get us one of these bonuses? We already have the mathematics bonus. Was it gonna get us a bonus? You know what? I'm not gonna chop the government plaza. I'm gonna get the amber. I'm gonna get the olives, and then we're gonna move on. Some of you have mentioned that I should keep a builder around to repair volcanic tiles destroyed by volcanoes, which I think is fair. There is a caveat to that in that oftentimes the volcanoes will just completely obliterate the upgrade instead of just nuking the tile itself temporarily. They will just completely remove the upgrade from there. Harold, you got us to 73, my dude. Alright, that was the easiest normal era that we've ever hit in our life. Perhaps untrue, but it worked out for us just fine. So I think, let's see, we're going to definitely be going to war with Scotland soon. We need to get everybody placed up here. If we can take Dumfries and the Neil Pert, if we can take Neil Pert and Dumfries at the same time, perhaps we can have something acceptable happening here. But Dumfries has a wall. Neil Pert, see, Neil Pert is easy to take down. Perhaps one of the greatest drummers of all time, but still easily dominated on the field of battle. All my guys are rolling down. Oh, there's a barbarian up here at Caravel. You know what? Let's squeeze in some ancient walls to make use of both the encampment and our city defenses, because we've got caravels around. Monument and granary. Canberra, you can just continue doing what you're doing right now. What's going to be our use of faith, by the way? It's going to have to be like a future golden age, I think, because I don't see it in the realm of possibility for us to hit 87 era score. That would be 14 era score in 6 turns, which is doable, but you have to have a plan. Library gets you 1. That leaves you needing 13, which is still, I gotta say, it's a good bit. 13 is, you know, like I said, not impossible to acquire, but at the same time, not the easiest thing to pull off in something like 6 turns like we're dealing with here. You have to have respect for the clock. Era score, it comes and it goes, and right now, you know, some of it's coming across our plate. We're up to 75 of 87. I'm still thinking the same thing I was thinking a moment ago, which is that we are not going to get 12 more era score in 5 turns. It's just, it's out of the realm of possibility right now. It's not impossible under the correct circumstances, but under the given circumstances, the circumstances that we have been presented with, I do believe it might be at least a trial to accomplish. What's going on here? All right, gunpowder. We are getting niter, so yeah, let's go gunpowder. We're at 19 niter. At 20, we can fully pay for a musketman, and that's a big deal. What's going on in my life right now? I watched the movie Joker. No spoilers, but I did enjoy it a lot. I will go out and say that it was one of those things where it was on the verge at times of being what I would consider too much cringe. But I'm a person that's very very highly impacted by cringe, I think. I get like if something is too uncomfortable, sometimes I'll just have to walk away. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily I'm not necessarily the best person to deal with cringe, but what I felt like in this is that they skirted the edge for me of like building up some cringe. As you know, it's the backstory of a crazy person, essentially, a person that's been pushed to the point of breaking and just being kind of a madman according to, you know, the world's overall standards. And so, you know, they're having to press like situations and behavior and everything like that to be. I mean, for me, it's cringy. I don't know how else to explain it other than it's just like, you know, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me. It's hard to cope with. A lot of the situations are so uncomfortable, so awkward or whatever, that yeah, it's like that. It's like nails on a chalkboard, or just something, you know, something that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. There's elements of that throughout it, I think. I gotta say, it's a very good. I thought it was a very good movie. Not the type of movie that I would watch over and over again for entertainment, but the type that I watch once and then try to, you know, be like, I learned the story of this thing. We have 4 turns remaining, 11 era score to pick up. We could dump 2 envoys into Vilnius. That would give us, it would give us the bonus for theater squares, which we're not too interested in. But it would give us 2 era scores. So I don't want to burn the 2 era score right now, because I do believe what we want to do right now is just bank it for the next era. But yeah, I thought it was a good movie. Like I said, it's one of those things. Cringe is a weird thing for me, and I don't think everybody experiences it the way that I do. A lot of comedies that people enjoy, especially like some of your British comedies in particular, like I can't remember what the name of the show is, but there's one with Stephen Merchant. He's like the tall, skinny dude from I think The British Office. You know, he's friends with the guy from well, I can't remember their names right now. It's all slipping, but you know, those types of things, they're for some reason, very hard for me to cope with. Like, it breaks me down so much that I'm just like, ugh. I just can't handle it. I have to walk away from the experience. It's I'm sure some of you know exactly what I'm getting at right now. Others of you may have never experienced this, but when you hit something like that just violates your sense of normalcy, I think. Is that a decent way to explain it? I don't know. Something that just that pushes your boundaries that much. That's just so awkward for you that it's like painful. It's uncomfortable. I would say painful. That's what I think cringe is. I'm not saying that this is this movie has too much cringe, by the way. Like I said, I thought it skirted the boundaries for me. That like there were points where I'm like, oh, you're getting too cringy, and then it would drop into something else. I gotta say, I'm a big Joker fan. As far as DC stuff goes, I love Batman and I love Joker more than anything else. So that's I would say something to consider. But I don't know. I enjoyed it. It's not something you bring the kids to. It's an experience. I'll say that. I'm happy I saw it. I probably won't go out of my way to watch it again, but that doesn't mean it's a bad movie. Also, Robert the Bruce, if you were paying attention, your man Omega Alden just declared war on you. Your man Omega Alden, a.k.a. Mansa Musa of Mali, a.k.a. actually Pachacuti of Inca. Dude, if we were Mansa Musa of Mali right now, we would be making way more cash money. Our income situation is what you would consider less than ideal. We're getting 18 per turn now, which is more than we had been getting for quite some time. But yes, we should be getting more if we were actually Mansa Musa, who I claimed to be in at least 2 videos. We're not Mansa Musa. Spoiler alert. We are the Incan people. So I'd probably want to, I want to get you upgraded as an archer before you move in. Although you're not really susceptible to attacks. I say as I move you in dangerously close to where a crossbowman could walk in and just ice you. Like yesterday's, I don't know what you would ice. You don't ice garbage usually, but that's what I was going for. So if we turn this area into terrace farms, we could maybe drop like an aqueduct in here and just make these 2 tiles better. I think aqueduct and terrace farm is probably okay. There's not a whole lot we can accomplish in this city, I think. Not that it's a bad city or anything like that. I'm just thinking that, you know, there's nothing like, hey, you need to do X or you need to do Y here, or you'd be a friggin' fool. We have nothing. A Scottish settler. Can I get to this tile and shoot at him? The answer is no. So let's see. Let's start with our weaker guys to try to get them experience. We can have you attack from this direction, perhaps. You're definitely the nearest person who would be able to attack. Alright, you're taking this one. Keep the city. What's our rebellion in 28 turns? That's not too bad. That's not too bad, my dude. Okay, so Haddington has walls, Dumfries has walls, Ayr has walls. Forres over here does not have walls. These are all things you have to keep in consideration as you move forward. Dumfries, I feel like we need to take, I don't know. All 4 of these cities probably make sense for us to target. Full loyalty. What's our governor situation? Pingala is in Antuela, which I think is this. How are you guys looking? We don't need you over here anymore. Pingala. So let's bring you in to help us maintain control of Neil Pert. You looking good? Let's start with a monument. Just help both on the culture and loyalty front. Oh, get wrecked. And then prepare for your undoing, Dumfries. You cannot stand up to the menace that is the Warak'aq. So I'm gonna chop this, I think, because these two tiles, if we drop an aqueduct next to it, they get +2 production each, I think. Although one of them has freshwater, that might give 1. This tile might have 1 production bonus from freshwater automatically. So it'd be like it's either a net gain of 3 or 4 if we do this. This is what I'm thinking. So we chop this out of the way. This campus rolls in. Aqueduct goes in here. These 2 tiles improve. Our housing situation improves a little bit. I guess reform the coinage makes the most sense. We can figure out this whole commercial hub situation. Alright, they're doing some decent damage to these walls. You need to back up. You probably should back... You know what? Actually, you're probably fine. Let me chase this this settler down. How we looking in here? Here, you know what? Let's send this one in. Taking pot shots at the walls. Send in the fully healed friends. You guys don't have your bonuses, so let's see if we can... Let's see if we can make some healthy attacks that don't put us in harm's way. Because once they get their +30, they're a lot more dangerous. But when they're living in a pre-rank 3 world where they don't have that bonus, you gotta be careful with your boys, with your actual children out here. You have to be mindful of their health and well-being. Dude, this caravel, he is gonna get so wrecked by these walls we're throwing up. And he deserves to be wrecked by them. Trying to harass us like this. The nerve of the man. I don't want you to stay safe. But I want to try to give them the opportunities to get to level 3. This man is not even level 1 yet. So he needs the utmost care in all of his decision-making processes. What else is going on besides watching the Joker, which... If you like the character at all, and you're not scared of... something that's a little slightly uncomfortable, slightly, I don't know. I don't know how I would explain it. I would just say that I enjoyed it. I thought that it was a solid movie. Not one that I would necessarily go out and purchase and watch over and over again, like I said. But one that I do think is worth the watch if you're into the Joker at all. But the other thing that I accomplished today is I did give a shout out. I gave a shot. An attempt was made, non-recorded, by the way. This was just me playing the field, seeing what things were like, seeing if something is worth the attempt. And that something, dude, How dare you care about? You come in and you wreck my harbor that I spent 800 years building? How dare you? How dare you? You monster. Housing at 2 of 2. That's not great. So I was attempting a challenge. For feasibility, I was trying out a challenge. I was trying out that Science Eureka challenge just to see what things were like. And I actually think it might be something recordable for me. I thought it was going to require too much thought, but when it comes down to it, you have to plan a little bit, but you can't... honestly, you can't really plan all that much. You have to kind of react as things go. We lost a Warak'aq. Was that... What tier was that guy?
Man is a military in peace.
I assume he wasn't rank 3+, but we lost one, and that's sadness. So yeah, I tried it. I was playing as... I think it was a rank 2 guy. It's unfortunate that he was defeated. Where did that settler go? I was attempting it as China, and I mean I think it was going all right. I made it decently far without running into incidents. And even if I did run into incidents when I was recording it, I think, you know, I would just count it against our attempt and still move on and still continue trying to follow the challenges as best as possible after that. So you know, even if you make a mistake along the way and you can't hit something that needs to be hit for one reason or another, I still think you can make it happen. So it's something that's definitely... I'm definitely feeling like it's an accomplishable task, and something that I think could be interesting. All right, let's give 2 points to Vilnius. Get the era score. Get the Susie status. We have 1,500 faith, but we really have no use for the faith yet, which is... I mean, that just means that once we can use the faith, we'll be able to dump a decent amount into something. Which could be troops in the future. It could be a monumentality type of thing. They killed another Warak'aq. That's quite unfortunate, but... That's what happens when you have the non-leveled up versions of them. Did you run... You must have... I think they ran down here to fours. I think that had to have been what happened here. Alright, we're trying to get in here and do all the damage we can. We're gonna need to be cautious and not send in the rank 1 boys. It's disappointing, but the city defenses can take them out in 1 turn, it looks like. We are making our way through their defenses, though. We've taken Hurt. We're about to take Dumfries. Did you park? Well, I'm going to send him down here just to check this situation out for himself. I feel like he's going to feel the best about it if he gets to investigate on his own. Okay, there's no crossbowman here. So I'm going to have this rank 1 person walk up. It's a strength 38 garrison. We'll be able to get through this. Dumfries is falling next turn probably. Haddington will fall relatively swiftly. He's not actually putting up much of a defense here. I'm not trying to insult my friend Robert the Bruce, but I don't think he can handle this business here. I think we got his number. Alright, so you could get an aqueduct, which doesn't really make sense for you at the moment. You could also get a musket going in 17 turns. Let's see if we can get more of our unique boys out there. I'm disappointed that a couple of them have died. Rebellion in 6 turns. See that I really shouldn't have moved you out of there. This crossbowman can handle controlling the area. They killed another one. Like I said, the ones without the bonus are heavily at risk. Anybody at least of rank 2 or higher has the ability to hit and run, which is just a great value. An incredible value, some might say. Where did that settler go? Where is he? I know he was around here somewhere. 7 turns they're claiming for loyalty this time. Victor, are we good to move you forward? Oh yeah. Yeah. Actually, you know what? There's apparently a promotion available for you. Let me get you this garrison commander. And then I'm not going to move you at the moment because you're in place. You're going to be providing us with the assistance we need. Newcastle, let's repair. Let's get your armory. So yeah, I'm interested in that that Eureka challenge. I think there's strong viability from it. Before I thought it was going to be a little too tedious to power through. You know, it would involve too much stopping and thinking about it. But after playing it a little bit, I do believe that that it's a contender for something something interesting. I like it, is what I'm saying. I liked the idea of it before, but I wasn't completely sold on whether I would be able to pull it off in a recorded session in a manner which is worth both recording and watching. But now I think I've alleviated, at least for myself, those concerns. That's not to say it's perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But I think it's something we can approach. So I wish we could kill this crossbowman with our boy. And hopefully we're not going to just get iced in one round to the walls in the crossbowman. But he's got the strength. I think he can handle it out here. We're able to chip away at his defenses pretty quickly even. Which makes me believe we're going to have a real shot at taking this man down. I was nervous because of his technical advantage. He's making 118 signs per turn. We're now making 114. But obviously his numbers were more significant than that before we got started in this whole thing. The difference was higher. I was probably sitting at like 60 to 80. And his numbers were even higher than they currently are. Dude, those... Stop killing my dudes! I need you to stop killing my friends. Please. We're doing a little hit and run action. I am being a little haphazard, I have to say. I have to admit that some of these things, you know, we could be a little safer with some of our actions for sure. Oh, there he is. Oh, I thought you were going to be able to take it. I guess we'll take it next turn. We got a settler out of it. I could have shot and then walked over and taken the settler, but I felt like this was... The settler was worth chasing. You know, we can drop the settler down here. I think I might drop him in this little area. He's going to be useful regardless. So I think we would drop like an aqueduct here. Aqueduct into industrial zone right next to it, which would give us the bonus for the industrial zone. It would give us housing, which our housing situation is not great because of just the amount of food we can produce is definitely gaining faster than our housing situation can accommodate. That's thanks to those beautiful, beautiful terrace farms. They're allowing for a lot of population. A lot of population. Alright, well, 11 turns, Dumfries. We'll take this in a second. These two cities are being chipped away, but we need more powerful buddies. I'm sad that we lost a few guys in this exchange, but it is what it is. So we could drop a city down here. It would help a little bit. We could either drop it here or drop it maybe here. Let me go drop it closer to my own stuff. I think I'm more pleased with dropping it closer to my own stuff than I am with trying to send it elsewhere. Sterling has no walls, which interests me. Although this guy is going to be able to chip away at this pretty quickly, so I think we should definitely have him get involved with that. No, we're not making peace with you, Robert. There's too much for us to gain at the present moment for us to even consider a peace offering with you. I feel like this guy is strong enough to walk in here, do a couple... Drop a couple elbows, and then, you know, and then we'll see. We've defeated their garrison health. No, I mean their fortification health, which means that they can't fire back at us right now. Which is vital to our own survival. Four turns, man. 4 turns. Feels like an eternity. I'm going to have you step away from at least the city defenses, although now you're in range of apparently 2 crossbow boys, which I hate. I hate that. "37 turns. 4 turns. Can we move a governor up? Pingala, how are you looking? Pingala's got to stay there. Haddington can be captured in a turn, probably. We're really just looking at what's happening here with Ayr and Sterling and Roxborough. Okay, let's bring you in. And we'll see. We'll see how things go. We're getting 117 science per turn, 116.9 according to this this chart. Scotland's at 116.5, so we're roughly equivalent. 95 from the Ottomans, 63 from Zulu, and 49.5 from Norway. We're getting 43 culture per turn. That's up against the Zulus, 67, 45 from Scotland, 52 from Norway, and 61 from the Ottomans. So our numbers there are not terrible. They're actually relatively decent. Score-wise, we are in rank 5 with 441 points. The top of the chart is 98 points ahead of us at 539. That is Shaka of the Zulu. Our enemy that we are currently combating is Robert the Bruce, and he's 6 points ahead of us on this turn. Shaka has received 1 tourist and is therefore in first place on that. 2 of 7 for unmet players' religion. 6 of 20 for unmet players' diplomacy. Interesting. Our overall setup here is, I think, pretty strong. There's still definitely places to expand, and we should do so, but at the same time, everybody's trying to grow and learn, so I'm not too concerned with it. We need to up our income game. We need to up our culture game, I think. I think those are the 2 prime candidates for focus right now. But overall, I'm feeling comfortable and confident with the future, especially with how we're chipping away at Scotland right now. He's not putting up an incredible defense for sure. He's done some damage to us. He's killed some of our troops, and so more power to him. But I do think we will persevere, and we scored a settler out of it. So it's good times. It's good times. Great times to be an Incan, not to be confused with those Mali folks. Never confuse the two. You'd be crazy to do so. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Like the video if you're enjoying it. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. I'll catch you guys next time. Later.